fellowship. Illustrate, you'll be real. Represent for the Sackcloth Fashion Expo. Holding it down for Denver, Colorado. Underground and unseen. Deemed an MC from the womb, so I'm born to rock eternally. Confirm these spoken words, get grounds for open heart surgery. Transform for the old, so I'm not half the man I used to be. My life remains vain unless Christ's name's on my eulogy. So tell me who you be and the one you represent for. A man's life is but a blink, so tell me if you think you hardcore. Let's lay the law, see what's really going down. Every breath is God's gift, so how that sound? MCs go rhyme for rhyme, head to head and flow for flow, and make claims of credibility over swollen egos. Y'all need to know in actuality who controls the wide rhythms of drum tracks and crazy ill tempos. I look into myself to see what my eyes behold. Just a man drenched in sin is the story now unfolds. So I would load on transmissions of optimism. Bathe clean in the bloodstream, stepping out of the catechism.
Right?
Through the trenches to discover.
Right on. Welcome. I am Joe the Shirt, and I am Off the Cuff. That's the name of the show. Joe the Shirt's Off the Cuff. Welcome back once again. Glad you're all here. And that was the song "Who Am I" by Country Joe and the Fish. No, I'm not making that name up. That's but see, I actually like that song. I'm big in. I love rap. I grew up with rap. Oh my God! So I hope everybody's doing well. Before we get to any stories today, a couple of quick announcements. Once again, I want to remind everybody about Diaper Cakes by Jessica. That's my little sister Jessica. Started her own business. She makes diaper cakes, and it's not as nasty as it sounds. What it is she gets diapers and toys and wet wipes and anything like an expectant or new mother needs, but then she builds a cake out of all this stuff, and it looks like a real 2 or 3 4 tier cake. Very fancy, very elegant. And really cool. If you're having a baby shower, it's a good way to go. And you can follow her on Instagram, Diaper Cakes by Jessica, and let her know that I sent you, and you also get a 15% discount with them. So that's a good way to go. Another announcement I have to make is the play Train Spotting is going on right here in Los Angeles at the Elephant Theater, which is at 6322 Santa Monica Boulevard. It's playing Saturdays, Fridays, and Sundays this weekend through April 13th. Friday and Saturday shows are at 8 p.m. Tickets are $20. And the Sunday shows at 7 o'clock. Tickets are $15. Friday and Saturday, $20. And the reason why I bring this up, also you can contact the Elephant Theater directly, or you can call plays411.com Train Spotting. And their number is 323-960-7785. Again, that's plays411.com.trainspotting. Phone number 323-960-7785. That's Train Spotting at the Elephant Theater. Reason I bring this up is because a very good friend of mine, my buddy Justin Zachary, is starring in this play, actually. I think he's playing the lead role. And he was actually, the play was mentioned in last week's calendar section as something to go see, a must see in town. My guess is that Justin and the rest of his cast are doing a wonderful job. So if you're in town and you want to catch something, and unlike a lot of theater tickets, these are really quite cheap. $15 on Sunday, $20 on Friday and Saturday. So give that a shot. All right, I think my girlfriend and I are planning on seeing it. So maybe I'll see you there. You can come up to me and say, "Hey, Joe, I heard your show," and then just punch me in the face. Anyway. Okay, God, what is going on? Well, there's a lot of things going on. You may have seen this on the news or on Facebook or on Yahoo or even in the newspaper. Apparently, they did a study, and it's a British group did a study and came up with the idea that they can find out a lot about you, not by what you say you like on Facebook, not by what you write on Facebook, but just what you click as a like on Facebook. Okay? An example they give us here is if you like, if you like Mozart, science, the Colbert Report, and curly fries, there's a really good chance that you have a very high IQ. Exactly how they came up with these for very distinct things. I mean, I can see the Colbert Report. I could see Mozart, science, curly fries. Curly fries, that must mean that curly fries make you smarter. Another one they looked at was if you like Tyler Perry, Harley Davidson, and Lady Antebellum, are most likely a bit of a mental midget. At least according to this particular study done by the University of Cambridge in Britain. Apparently they can tell a lot about you just by the stuff that you click that you like. A lot more stuff than you think they're finding out about you. They can, just judging by what you like, they can tell whether or not you smoke, whether or not you use drugs, whether or not you drink, your sexual orientation, whether or not you're a man or a woman. Even if you have like your privacy filters set, to keep, your real personal information, out of, the public view, people can still tell what it is you clicked as a like. Oh, Joe likes this, Joe likes that, Joe likes this. All of a sudden, Joe's a pedophile. Like, oh my God. It always comes back to the pedophiles. They found out a whole bunch of things. Let's see here. According to this here, if you happen to like NASCAR, The Bachelor, and the Oklahoma State University, it shows that you are a very conservative person and less open to new things. They obviously it's not just picking things at random, but what they did was they interviewed something like, what was it, like almost 55,000 Facebook members, and asked them to take a personality quiz and match it up. Then they matched it up against what they liked and disliked on Facebook, and then they talked to the people and asked them, well, is this accurate about you? And it's surprising how accurate some of these things really can be. Let's see. Within a 95% of all cases, they can tell you what your gender and ethnicity is. They can tell whether or not you're a Democrat or Republican or an independent for up to 85% accuracy. They can figure out whether or not you're Christian or a Muslim up to 82% of the time. And that's, whether or not you mentioned in your personal information, I happen to be a Muslim, I happen to be a Christian, I happen to be a Jehovah's Witness, whatever. By the stuff that you clicked as like, they can figure this out. Up to a 60% accuracy rate, they can tell whether or not your parents split up before you were 21 years old. I mean, 60% is almost a coin flip, but it's still on the higher side of that 50%. It's 60, right? And I guess they're telling you that one of the dangers of this, of Facebook in general, or any of these social media, is that so much of the time anybody can really go on and find out so much about you. Again, even with the security filters on. That could be ex-lovers, ex-boyfriends, girlfriends. That could be enemies that you're trying to avoid, family members you're trying to avoid. That could be potential employers. You go in, you apply for a job, and they have your name. They know where you're from. They can just go online, go on Facebook, and go, oh my God, he really is a pedophile. My God, that's terrible. I'm not going to hire him to work with children. That's an extreme example, obviously, but you get what I mean. Let's see. According to this, there's a really good chance that if you're a man and you like Kathy Griffin and the musical Wicked, it's a really good chance that you're gay. Now, that's not exactly scientific, hard science right there. I mean, that's, anybody could have made that leap in logic, but still, they do end up finding out a lot more about you than you might like them to. So, mind you, I don't care personally. I'm on Facebook. By the way, they also determined that if you check your Facebook account multiple times a day, odds are you're about 43% more trusting than people that only check it once or never, or don't have a Facebook account. Which makes sense, because Facebook is, you're putting yourself out there. And that's what I do. I get on, do this show, post when I'm going to do it, when I remember to, and then hopefully, get you guys to listen in. Now, you may have noticed the title of today's show, Does the Pope Poop in the Woods? I'm not really interested in the Pope's fecal activity, but I am quite interested in how they pick a Pope. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but there's a lot that goes into picking a Pope. All right? Now, as you all know, Pope Benedict, he decided to retire due to, say, health issues, or maybe there's a scandal we just don't know about. I mean, they're going to be very hush-hush on that, no matter what happens. But he did retire, and that's the first Pope to do it in over 600 years. We're talking like the Dark Ages, okay? Where no one's done that, in 600 years. So, I mean, there have been popes that have served like a month before they died, But this guy decided, you know what? This is too much for me. I'm out, and good for him. He figured it out. He wasn't meant to be Pope. But, so now he's quitting, and now they're looking to elect the 266th Pope. And in case you guys were wondering, how does that work? I'm here to tell you. Well, let's see. We're picking 266th Pope. All the popes get together in a conclave. Now, a conclave is another word for meaning the key, and it's a meeting where everybody gets together. They pray, they have mass, they molest young boys, they discuss who's going to be pope. They molest young boys again. They take a vote. They count the votes. They molest more young boys. Well, you get the idea. I know I'm going for the cheap joke. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. Okay, up until, and the conclave started today. So odds are we'll probably have a new pope by the end of the week at the latest. Usually the conclaves go about 2 to 5 days. On very rare occasions, they'll go longer when they can't make a clear-cut decision, because you need a 2/3 majority. Or in this case, for this particular conclave, 77 out of the 115 cardinals have to vote for one particular guy. So anyway, it was going to be 117, but Cardinal Julius Darmajada is ill and couldn't make it, and Cardinal Keith O'Brien admitted to having sex with boys. That's not a joke. He actually did that. He admitted to, or as he put it, inappropriate sexual contact, or as we like to call it, fucking young boys. All right then. So he decided to recuse himself. I'm like, oh well, good for you. But officially speaking, he is eligible. If he wanted to vote for Pope, he could go to the Vatican right now and vote for the motherfucking Pope. All right? Okay. This is what happens. First thing that happens is everybody, of the people that can vote for Pope, this I think is really forward thinking. You must be under the age of 80 as a cardinal. So if you're a cardinal and you're over 80 years old, you're not allowed to vote for Pope, which I think is pretty cool because, get somebody, let's think a little younger than 80 for leading our group into the future, okay? Somebody that might actually, survive the next year. Okay, so then what they do is everybody gets a gets a ballot with a line at the bottom for where you put down the name of the one person that you think should be Pope. And this is, I think, is really funny. All the cardinals, they fake their own signature. Because you know how you ever tried to that's what they do. They're putting on, they're signing it. They're writing. Well, they're not signing. They're not putting a signature on it. They're faking their handwriting. So they'll vote. I vote for Cardinal O'Malley to be the Pope. But they won't use their own handwriting. They'll might use their left hand or try to make it really blocky or really scribbly. They just want to make sure. Want to make sure that nobody can tell who it is they voted for. All right. Then they take all 115 of these. They're counted by the scrutineers. The scrutineers are 3 guys who first thing they do is they count to make sure that there's 115 ballots matching 115 cardinals. If there isn't, they do it again. All right. After that, once they determine that all 115 did put a ballot in, they put that into the little golden urn. Then they're joined with needle and thread through the word illegal, election, whatever, and then they're counted, and then they figure out who voted, who was voted for. Now, if there isn't a clear 2/3 majority, this pile of ballots is then burned, and you will see the smoke coming out of the Sistine Chapel coming out black. The way you know that a new pope's been elected is if the smoke comes out white and they ring the bells at St. Peter's. That's how you know you got a new pope. Now, if they don't come up with a clear-cut winner, they vote again, and then they vote again. They'll vote up to 4 times in one day. And if at the end of the conclave, determined time period of days, there's still not a clear-cut winner, then they take it to a runoff where they take the most popular names and have them, and then vote for them to see who gets a clear-cut majority of those, and then those guys will meet in the final 4. Actually, I think that'd be a much more fun way to pick the Pope. Now, I got more Pope talk here, which I know you're riveted by, but I'm going to take a little break here, play a little music. I'm Joe the Shirt, and I'm off the cuff. I'll be right back. Okay, that was Afro by Eddie C. I like that song. I like both the songs I picked today so far. Who Am I by Country Joe and the Fish, and that was Afro by Eddie C. Okay, we were just talking about the Pope here and how to pick a Pope and all that. Now, I brought up the whole Final Four NCAA thing, because it is March Madness. And March Madness is probably one of the most gambled upon events in the country. I mean, everybody gambles on it. I'm talking President Barack Obama has a bracket that he fills out every year, okay? And he may say that there's no money involved, but we all know better, okay? We all know better. The man smokes cigarettes, he drinks beer, he bets on basketball, all right? That's my kind of president. Now, the reason I bring this up, actually, is because there's actually bookmakers in Vegas and around the country and actually around the world who are taking bets as to who's going to be the next pope. That's right. There's a line. There is a line. There are odds on who's going to be pope. And people are betting as much money as they do on March Madness to see who's going to be pope. I love this. Once again, I wanted to remind you guys about Justin Zachary performing in Train Spotting at the Elephant Theater. That starts. It started last week in previews, and it's going to be going on through this weekend up until April 13th. Tickets are $15 on Sunday, $20 on Fridays and Saturdays. Go check that out. And also, Diaper Kicks by Jessica. You can follow them on Instagram and get a 15% discount. So check that out, please. Maybe one day they'll be kind enough to kick back and give me some money, or maybe I can get Justin in here to do an interview. Who knows? You might like Justin. Okay. Now, unlike a lot of people, I personally don't care where I get my material from, as long as I find it at least remotely interesting. Okay, and today's next topic comes from Women's Day magazine. That's right. If I had Cosmo, I'd use Cosmo, bitches. This I thought was interesting because I always find it interesting what women's magazines think men think. You know, a lot of the times they'll get it right, and a lot of times they'll get it fucked ass wrong. But let's take a look at what we have today. Today is 10 compliments men hate. Now, I wish I had my girlfriend here for this one because she is a woman, the last time I checked. And I think all women have been guilty of giving these compliments at one time or another. But let's really see if men actually do hate them. Okay, now. First compliment that apparently we as men hate. Number one, it's so sweet you want to help me clean up, but I can do it faster by myself. See, when I hear a woman say that to me, I hear in my own head, well, fuck you, bitch. That's the last time I'm going to offer you help anything. One of these days you're going to come to me and you're going to be like, oh my God, this place is fucked up. It's all swamped. Can you help me clean up? No, babe. You can do it better by yourself. You said so. I'm not going to fucking help your ass. Really, ladies, if a man offers to help you clean, take it. You may never hear those words again. Number two, when a woman says, I'm amazed you were able to fix that leaky faucet. Really? Is that what you really want to say to your man? He does something that is outside of his expertise. You know, maybe your man is an accountant. Maybe he's a lawyer. Maybe he is a manager at a movie theater, whatever. You know, maybe he's not the most handy guy on the planet, like moi. But, you know, if we do something around the house, like, you know, fix a leaky faucet, or in my case, I replaced the toilet handle on both of our toilets. You know, don't say that you're amazed. Like us, the idea of your man fixing something is like giving a monkey tools. You know, don't do that. That just encourages us not to do it again, not to try to help, and you know, spend money and call a professional that'll charge us like $90 in the ass. You know. Here's one for you, and this one I can relate to actually. Number 3, I fold the laundry this way, but thanks for trying without me asking. Okay. I fold the laundry this way, but thanks for trying without me asking. Okay, see, again, that means in our heads we're going, well, fuck you, bitch, I'm not going to do it again then. See, when we try to help you, you know what, I understand you do it this way, but I do it that way. And unless it's your stuff that you're talking about, then nobody gives a fuck how you do it. My girlfriend and I, we've had this argument quite a few times when it comes to loading the dishwasher. She loads it this way. I load it that way. And, you know, we will not meet on this. We were not going to agree on this. But another thing that connects to this is that if I load the dishwasher, do not go in there and then rearrange everything I just did. Because for that, again, you might as well go fucking do it yourself. All right? And I've actually told her this before. It's like, don't do it. Don't rearrange it. If you're going to rearrange it, then just do it yourself the first fucking time. That's my opinion on that one. Number 4, you're the only person I can talk to. Now, that sounds like a compliment, and I'm agreeing with Women's Day magazine on this. But what it is a trap. Because when you become the only person that your woman can talk to, then you're going to be the only person that your woman talks to. And that gets brutal. You know, that's why I was talking about yesterday about having a bromance. You know, you need somebody to talk to that isn't your significant other, especially on those days when the thing that's pissing you off is your significant other. Okay? We can have talks about working on our relationship, but if you want to have a venting bitch fit, talking to me is a bad idea because you're talking about me. So, you know, no, you can't be the only person that she can talk to. She's got to have some fucking friends. Number 5, you're so cute. Okay, I get where Women's Day is coming from. I did read the article. There I go, doing research again. And what they're implying is that your man doesn't appreciate it when you refer to him as akin to a kitten or a puppy. I don't see it that way, honestly. I mean, it really depends on when you're saying it. Like if my girlfriend tells me I'm so cute, maybe when I'm cooking her breakfast, or maybe when I'm fluffing her pillow or something, when she's sick or something, that's one thing. But when it's time for humping and pumping, then yeah, I don't want to hear that I'm cute. Okay, I want to be handsome, manly, a sex demon. I don't want to be cute. But it really depends on when you say it. So I disagree with this halfway. Number 6, this gift isn't quite my taste, but it's the thought that counts. They say they're telling women not to tell a man that, and because that's just saying, okay, this is the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life, but thanks, the thought that counts. I think that a woman should tell you. Guys, if you buy a woman a piece of jewelry or a piece of clothing or shoes or a hat or whatever the fuck it is, and she hates it but doesn't tell you, then that just means you're never going to see it on her. And really, what was the point? She doesn't like it. She doesn't wear it. You never see her in it. There's no fucking point in getting it for her. And then I'd rather my girlfriend go, you know what? I really don't like this. It's not my taste. Can we exchange it? And I'll go, yeah, absolutely. Women's Day will tell you that they're implying that, you as a man don't know your woman well enough to buy her gifts. Well, you know what? As a man, buying a woman certain things is tough. Jewelry being among the toughest out there. Clothes, next to impossible. I don't do it. The most clothes I ever got my girlfriend, T-shirt and some jammers for sleeping. That's it. Okay? That's about it. And any jewelry I've gotten for her was with her helpful suggestions as to the type of stuff that she likes. So I'd rather that you tell me. If you hate it, tell me. Let's see if we can get through these. Number 7. It's like you're my third child, but I love you anyway. Okay, you know what, bitch? Don't compare me to the kid. What you're saying is that I'm a fucking pain in the ass, and that I annoy you like the kids do, and that in a lot of ways you think of me as one of the children that needs to be told what to do or isn't responsible enough to take care of things. So yeah, that's on that one. Yeah, I don't want to hear that one. I mean, some people can take it better than others. I can. My girlfriend's made jokes like that, but it doesn't bother me because I know who I am. I got a comic book collection to prove it. Number 8, when a woman says to her friends, "My husband did the most romantic thing ever." It's okay to tell your friends what your husband did to a point, what your boyfriend did to a point. But, maybe your guy is more of a private person and doesn't want all the gory details of what he did for you put out there that might get back to his friends, and then he'd be pegged the pussy whipped one. Mind you, I don't have that problem personally. If I do something special for my girlfriend, I'm happy to hear her brag about it, but that's me. Like, most guys would not admit to, I took her to go see Donnie and Marie, okay? I didn't want to see Donnie and Marie, but I took her because I know she likes Donnie and Marie. And she told her friends, and that was great. And, I actually enjoyed the fucking show. So, it really depends on the guy. Know who your guy is before you go around telling too many of your little personal secrets. Number 9. This is one of my faves here, okay? I love your tummy flab. Where is that a compliment? On what fucking planet is that supposed to be a compliment? Don't fucking lie to me like that. That's bullshit and a half. Okay, we don't want to hear it. Compliment me on something that is actually good. It's like, I love your shoulders. Great. You have a great set of legs. Awesome. If he doesn't have a 6-pack abs, then don't mention his gut at all. Okay? You know what? You want your man coming up to and telling you, "Oh, baby, I just love how your belly jiggles when I hug you." No. "Oh, baby, I love it the way your ass ripples when I smack it." No. "Baby, it doesn't bother me that you can't pass the pencil test anymore." No. So, don't give that compliment. That's a good one. I agree with that one. And finally, number 10, you're the best I've ever had. Okay, they're telling women not to say this to men. I disagree with this. Tell me that I am the best you've ever had. I don't give a fuck. It is a fucking freaking lie. You know what? I'm pretty sure it is. That's fine. I'm happy with that. Lie to me. Boost my ego. You know? They're telling women not to tell their men this because then that immediately puts a thought into the man's head of all the other cocks she's had inside of her. You know what? If you're not secure enough to know that your woman's had sex before, you probably shouldn't have a woman, dude. Anyway, that is my time. Thank you for listening. I'm Joe the Shirt, and I've been off the cuff.